kører vi. Og førerne, de kører.
Hey, and welcome back to another episode. If you're new here, great to have you. This is the apartment we're currently tackling. Right now, we're deep into the teardown phase, ripping things apart before the real rebuild can begin. This weekend, we've got two big goals. Stripping down the bedrooms on the second floor and demolishing the old toilet downstairs. Basically, we're clearing the slate so we can start fresh. As you'll see, there's still a lot of work ahead before this place is livable. So let's jump back in time and hear from me on the day in terms of what we're going to do this weekend.
We're back for another weekend where I'm here with my cousin Mikkel. He's the one holding the camera here. Top-notch guy. What the plan is today is to sand down the beams that we have up here, which is going to be Mikkel's task. We are going to see how far we can get. We bought some new sandpaper or some new of these pads that you can see right here. This is grid 40. The ones that we used last week that wasn't working was grid 120. This entire place looks very much like a building site because it is, but I've gotten quite a lot of advice from my younger brother and other people that have renovated before to say, alright, just get rid of everything before you start building things up again. I think the only things that we need to remove from up here is actually the windowsills, and then we can start rebuilding this entire element. The carpenter that's going to fix the leak in the roof is only going to come in 2 weeks. He's on skiing right now and I haven't been able to find another one, and we need to rent a lift. So it's going to be a big task. It's just quite complicated. So we'll get cracking with as much as we can in the meantime.
While Mikkel is sanding down the beams, I've got my good friend Jonas with me. Jonas dropped by for a few hours to help put up the last battens, and with those in place, this side of the room is now ready for plasterboarding. However, before we jump into the element of plasterboarding, let's first clean up the place. And with this final bits of tidying up, that concludes the first day of the weekend. New day, but still tearing things apart. And room, what more are we up to?
As you can see, we are back here this morning. Yesterday, my cousin Mikkel and I did an amazing job. We did quite a lot of things upstairs. Old wallpaper that was standing on the wall. We've also taken down, like, the wall's a bit crumbly. Some places, as you can see, it literally just falls down. Our cousin is actually a bricklayer, so he will come next week and help me fixing up all these loose joints that we see here with the bricks that you see right there, and also just put up a nice coat of, I don't know what you call it, lime, whatever, so everything's nice and smooth, and then we can start building up the skeleton here in the living room that we can get insulated, and we can then put plasterboard on top of that. But let's head upstairs and we can show you what we did yesterday and also what the plan is for the rest of the day. Upstairs, and what we did yesterday was that two things. We tried sanding down these ones. We realized it's incredibly hard and it's a very tedious job, but it's something that I will tackle properly on my own. We did put these wooden boards up, but essentially when you're having a wall that's in this shape, which is leaning, then to get it to stick properly, the plasterboard to get that to stick properly, then we've added up these boards up here. They are with the same distance in between these boards than what is half of a sheet of plasterboard. So in theory, you should basically just be able to push them up and knocking the screws along the line. What did we do else upstairs? We removed the window sills that you have right here, so that we have broken that down and then we only need to reinstate some new ones. All of that seems to be alright. We also did the insulation here. You did the insulation there, that's absolutely amazing. You could feel like just previously, there was just a lot of cold air just flowing out in here, and again, we don't have any radiators up here right now. Meaning, and it's, what is that, 5, 6, 7, 8 degrees, something like that outside. And when we have these kind of temperatures, when you don't have any heating source inside the building, it gets quite cold. But just adding this piece of insulation just makes a huge difference, because there's not any wind flowing through the crack or the small crevice that we have over here. What we'll do today is I'm probably going to be standing up here doing a lot of sanding. I want the beams to come in sort of like this color that you see up here. It's also quite smooth when I'm feeling it up here. Previously they were in this color, but I want the wood to come out in this color because we are going to add a layer on the ceiling structure up here, which is called Trolltægt. I don't know what it's called in English. It's like, I'll add in a photo of it. I'll put a photo here. One part is that it's insulating, second part is that it's also better for the soundproofing of the rooms. So what we'll do now is that we're going to go downstairs and we're going to rip out the toilet. Very important, the reason why we're ripping out the toilet and the entire bathroom is because our cousin, who's coming next weekend, is amazing at doing bathrooms and tilings and everything. So we're going to strip it apart so that he just has a clean slate that he can come and teach us on how to progress on that as well. So we'll dive into that now, right? So we've started tackling the bathroom now, and it makes a big difference already now. So the bricklayer, our cousin Jesper, is going to come next weekend and will help us out, and we've promised him that we're going to strip this entire thing down so that he can get to work from the get-go. So what we've done is we've taken down the mirror that was being put in here, and you can see all the remarks from the glue that's on here. So unfortunately I must have so many years of unluck now that I've broken that mirror. So luckily I found my girlfriend already, otherwise I'd be doomed. We cannot take this one out because we don't know where to close the water, or at least we thought so, because if you come around this side, we've just found the water source for this entire apartment. So we've taken out everything that we can, which is quite good. So I think we can close off the water and we can actually take down everything that's in here. I'm not too comfortable working with water because of leaks and everything. Electricity and water are the two things that I'm quite concerned of working with. However, what we need to do is we need to take up this linoleum flooring that we are standing on right here. Probably there's some wooden whatever stuff beneath it, our cousin told us. And it's probably glued down very, very heavily. But we'll try and give it a go and see if we can strip it up. Yeah, and it's running.
The linoleum flooring did put up quite a bit of a fight, but we got there in the end, so now it's back to sanding upstairs.
Alright, we are going to call it the end of this weekend. I am so grateful to have had the help of my cousin and my friend It's been tremendous that they are giving me so much help. I can't really do all of this renovation project without the help of all of my friends and all of my family. I really am truly grateful for that. What I have done the last couple of hours whilst I've been alone is that I've been doing a very hard exercise for my shoulders, meaning that I don't have to do shoulders anytime in the gym in the future, because I just need to sand some beams, because that is what I've done. I've sanded this one down, I've sanded this one down. In all fairness, I think we're looking very smart right now compared to the other ones that you're seeing over here. I'm very happy with the result. I now have 2 left over there, and then I'm going to have 2.5 in there. Actually only 2, because one of them is only one face. The most difficult part of this is definitely when you're standing and holding it up here. It's not an issue when I'm up on the ladder and I'm just pushing it towards the beams. The most difficult part is 100% standing beneath it and pushing upwards. It's ridiculously hard. Try it. It's beyond explainable of how tough it is for your shoulders. So I can definitely feel that tomorrow. However, I'll be back next weekend where my cousin will come, which I'm really looking forward to. I've never done mortar and lime and all of that kind of stuff, which we're going to put up in the living room downstairs, so I'm looking very much forward to learning that. And then we're going to tackle the bathroom. You saw us taking out the linoleum flooring. What's beneath it is there's a base layer of wood, and I've got a reciprocating saw that I've very kindly borrowed from my younger brother. I think we need to pour a complete new slab of something. My cousin's going to explain that, or I'm going to explain it next week when my cousin has to explain it to me. But again, I hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you think it's something for you, just like, subscribe to the channel, follow the journey along, and if you have any questions, shoot them in the comment section. I'm more than happy to elaborate on those. All right, enjoy the rest of the week, and then we see you next time around. Cheers.